This feels small. It is not small. As a clinician, I can tell you this matters, because what adults call discipline, a child's body can register as threat. The new evidence is blunt. Physical punishment did not help in any measured way. It tracked with harm across health, learning, behavior, and emotional development. And this was not one country. It covered low and middle-income nations across the world, where some people assumed spanking might work differently. Published in Nature Human Behavior, the study asked a simple question: are harms from physical punishment mostly a wealthy country finding or something broader? Researchers from New York University and collaborators reviewed 195 studies published between 2002 and 2024. Those studies covered 92 low and middle income countries. They looked at 19 outcomes across health, learning, behavior, cognition, sleep, relationships, and development. The pattern was striking. In 16 of those 19 outcomes, physical punishment was linked with worse results, not better ones. Children exposed to it had poorer parent-child relationships. They also showed more mental health problems, more physical health problems, and worse social-emotional development. The same pattern extended into school. Academic performance was lower. Language skills were weaker. Executive function also took a hit. Behavior was affected too. Researchers found more aggression, more externalizing problems, and more internalizing symptoms like withdrawal and depression. Even sleep showed up on the list. That matters because sleep is one of the brain's repair systems, especially during childhood. What they did not find matters just as much. No meaningful benefits, no positive outcomes, nothing that argued for physical punishment as a useful tool. One defense comes up again and again. Some argue that if spanking is normal in a culture, children may experience it differently. That idea is called the cultural normativeness hypothesis. It suggests the social meaning of punishment might soften its effects. This review pushes hard against that claim. Across many settings, the harms remained consistent enough to look less cultural and more human. That does not mean every child reacts identically. It means the overall direction of risk stays negative, even when norms differ. And larger health agencies are saying the same thing in plain language. The World Health Organization says corporal punishment is linked to negative outcomes for children across countries and cultures. UNICEF's global data adds scale to that warning. Nearly 400 million children under 5 regularly experience psychological aggression or physical punishment at home, and around 1.2 billion children are subjected to corporal punishment overall. That is why this is not just a family preference issue. It is a population health issue. Think of it like smoke in a house. One family may be used to the smell, but lungs still breathe the same air. A child depends on caregivers for safety. When pain comes from that same person, the brain has to solve a confusing and stressful signal. That can raise vigilance, fear, and stress reactivity. The World Health Organization's recent public health review says corporal punishment can trigger harmful biological stress responses. Over time, repeated threat can shape behavior, mood, attention, and relationships. Children may comply in the moment, but compliance is not the same as learning self-control, empathy, or emotional regulation. In practice, Fear can shut behavior down fast. It does not reliably build the skills children need when no adult is watching. This also fits what pediatricians have been telling parents for years. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends positive discipline instead of spanking or other corporal punishment. In other words, stopping a behavior is not the same thing as teaching the child what to do next. That helps explain why punishment can coexist with more aggression later. Kids often learn not just from words, but from models. This new paper fits a much larger body of evidence. The World Health Organization says corporal punishment is linked to negative outcomes across countries and cultures. The World Health Organization also states that evidence shows physical punishment harms children's physical and mental health and can worsen behavior over time. UNICEF data show violent discipline remains common worldwide, including among very young children. That makes this more than a private parenting debate. When something is both common and harmful, it becomes a public health issue. Not because parents are villains, but because stress and habit spread quietly. The World Health Organization also points beyond the problem to the response: law reform, changing harmful norms, parent and caregiver support, and school-based programs. That matters because most families do not need shame. They need workable alternatives under real-world stress. The goal of discipline is not pain, it is teaching. That means clear limits, predictable consequences, calm repetition, repair after conflict, and coaching children through big emotions before those emotions explode. For younger children, that may look like redirection, routines, and immediate, simple consequences. For older children, it often means consistency, not intensity. Parents under pressure need support too. Safer discipline is easier when sleep, food, money, and mental health are less fragile. The World Health Organization points to prevention strategies that go beyond blame. Law reform matters, but so do parent supports and school-based programs. Here is the headline: the idea that physical punishment might somehow help in poorer countries did not hold up in this review. Across 92 low- and middle-income countries, researchers found harms again and again, and no evidence of benefit. So if the question is whether spanking works, this study gives a very clear answer. It may stop a moment. It does not build a healthier child. And that is the shift worth remembering. Discipline should reduce harm, grow skills, and protect trust, because childhood does not just pass through the body, it stays there.